they are the main users only.
Right.
And the road can be quite similar to sort of like Dock Street here, which is shared surface, but this is a purely sort of like pedestrian and sort of cycle routes on there. And we got like sort of like the primary routes running across alongside the theme of health and well-being, because we obviously noticed on our research of different sort of aspects of life and things. So we want to reduce car usage on site. By doing so, we're having sort of like car parks, multi-story car, probably not really multi-story, like that car park. Three of them, yes, on the edge of the site. So car park building. Yeah. So when people arrive on site, they can sort of like walk in with the primary routes, which is showing blue, and park on that location, then reduce the reliance on car on there. And moving on, we also got like sort of like smaller streets like these ones, or like these ones, which is like secondary street for like residential, for like supporting housing and different sort of uses. We've also identified like extending existing bus network from the town centre to like these locations where like open space will be located, which is like proximate to like different houses and office space along there and college use. Sort of like run around the loop on the site and going back to sort of like town centre area.
So same as you, getting good public transport permeability on the site. Yeah.
And obviously apart from these like routes, we've got more informal routes, because like obviously the strip road is sort of like following the historic grid pattern of the street, so we want to respect that in a way, also introduce a little bit of like design quickies of like road around it, and that was sort of like sort of like smaller roads, sort of like for streets for like people to walk around. In terms of cycling provision, we've got the Sandland cycle path routes on here, on site here. Right. We show on a baseline creek, and also the national one as well, so it will tie in with like the shared service and sort of like run across the site. In terms of, obviously this is based on the previous master plan, we've made changes since then, and sort of like extend a bit more in terms of like the recreation route around the pedestrian road. Yeah, and link back there with sort of like the tourism area on this little bit.
Has that disappeared? Is it on that?
Oh, it's still going to be there.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that is the strongest link.
Right.
Correct.
So your pedestrian and cyclist permeability is better than the car permeability.
Yes.
Yeah. So car permeability is limited to that, and whatever you can get off there. But cycling and pedestrian, there are lots of ways through the area, and that encourages people to think about walking.
Because obviously we all keen to provide sort of like shared cycle systems, sort of like Road Bike in Newcastle used to be, something like that. So like they can rent the bike and then just cycle around. Because we appreciate it's a big site, not everyone got a bike as well. So on different location, open space, we'll have like those like renting system, which is like extend to its town centre bit. That will encourage sort of like that kind of sort of like healthy activities. Because we look at case study from the NHS, the Healthy Town Centre, which is like part of the research here. They've got 10 examples in there, which we have like look through like what can we sort of like take from there and apply in further spread this site in here.
Okay, because I think I can't remember whether you each of you, well, all of you, had identified that Middlesbrough is a pretty unhealthy place, that the population are not very active, and well, choose your words carefully, but not as active as they should be, and don't necessarily eat the right things. So there's a challenge there, to if you're going to have a new development here, to get people to behave differently and think differently. Okay.
I mean, we all we could do is just try to provide the infrastructure and sort of like support experiment community hope there to sort of like encourage people to live healthier. But it will down to people whether they want to change.
Yes, of course. All you do is make it as easy as possible for them. Make it as difficult for them. Make it as difficult as possible for them not to do it. That's the way I would describe it.
Yeah. Because obviously that will tie in with the allotment provision, open space provision around the site, as well as like you've got like sources that kind of land features.
Consider about the flooding area. We create some square like this. Have two situations. If people walk through the pedestrian road, they can have some public space. And if they're flooding, there are different, maybe just a landmark or some landmark.
It's just tying back to the research we've got, because it's a flood risk area.
Mhm.
So we want to have a multifunction. It's not like it's rich, not doing anything. So according to sort of like the research here, we could potentially have some sort of like sub-features still, but like it can act as a flood management system, as a sub-basin, just in like room.
Okay, all adding to the variation in the area.
Yeah. Just different
That mentions walking, cycling, and running.
Yep.
Do you see that there is a possibility for people to go out from their front door and have a jog round and encourage that?
Definitely, because obviously we've got the indoor sports and area, and like it's sort of like well lit and high quality materials that we're cool for as well, and sort of that will assist with that kind of activities.
Okay.
And we've got informal route as well, so if people want to sort of like go along the route and things, then they can do it as well.
Okay. And you've been party to the discussion earlier on about hierarchy, having clarity as to which are roads, which are streets, what the experience of pedestrians would be in crossing certain routes. Yeah. Okay.
So in terms of your previous comment on that, probably we can't change much of these because these are already adopted roads.
Yes.
So what we've tried to encourage is like some sort of like traffic calming with landscape features and stuff. Then it might. There's also like sort of like speed restrictions for 20 miles per hour, is that kind of a thing, to reduce sort of like the speeding, that kind of, because it's straight road, we appreciate that will sort of encourage speeding and safety issues.
You've mentioned the word adopted roads. That's an interesting word. Are all, clearly those main roads are currently adopted roads. Is the network of roads inside, are they all adopted?
Well, it depends on.
Do you know what we're talking about? The term adopted roads. No. Under the Highways Act, roads can be adopted by the local authority for maintenance purposes, and most roads that you will see are adopted roads, but there are in many places small patches of areas where the roads historically have never been adopted. They are private roads, and you'll come across bits of private road in Newcastle, for different reasons, but it's likely that in an area like this, which was formerly a lot of industrial and housing, that all of the existing bits of road will be part of a